Hello, and welcome back to the Pocket English Podcast. I am so happy you are here with us today. Whether you are walking the dog, riding the bus, or just taking a few minutes for yourself with a cup of coffee, this is the perfect place to build your English skills. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Tom. It is great to be here with you. Today we have a very special episode because we are going to solve one of the biggest problems our listeners face. Sarah, you know that feeling when you are speaking English and someone asks you a question, you answer it, and then silence.
Oh, I know that feeling very well, Tom. It is the awkward silence. The conversation just stops. It dies. And then you feel nervous. You feel like you failed. You start to panic and think, what do I say next? Why is my mind blank?
Exactly. It feels terrible. But here is the secret. Conversation is a game. Imagine a ping pong table. Do you know ping pong? It is table tennis. You have a small paddle and a light ball.
I love ping pong.
Me too. But imagine playing ping pong where I hit the ball to you, you catch it in your hand, put it in your pocket, and just stand there.
That would be a very boring game, Tom. The game would be over immediately.
Right. And that is exactly what most English learners do in conversation. They catch the ball and they stop the game. Today, we are going to teach you how to keep the ball moving. We are going to teach you the ping-pong method.
This is a simple formula that you can use in every single conversation. It doesn't matter if you are talking to a friend, a boss, or a stranger at a coffee shop. If you use this method, you will never run out of things to say.
Before we explain the method, I want to ask you to do one small thing. If you want to speak more natural English this year, please hit the subscribe button right now. It helps us create more lessons like this for you.
Okay, Tom, let's show everyone what the conversation killer looks like. Let's pretend we are meeting for the first time. I will ask you a question, and you answer like a typical student. Are you ready?
I am ready. I will be the conversation killer.
Okay. Hi, Tom. How was your weekend?
It was good.
Did you do anything fun?
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. See? Cut. That was painful, Tom.
It was awful, Sarah. I felt so rude. But did you notice what I did? You asked me a question, I gave a correct grammar answer, and then I stopped. I caught the ball and put it in my pocket.
You really did. I had to do all the work. I had to keep thinking of new questions. And eventually, I would just give up and walk away.
So how do we fix this? We use the AAA formula. That stands for answer, add, and ask. AAA.
Answer, add, ask. This is the magic rhythm of English conversation. Let's break it down. The first A is answer. This is easy. You answer the question.
Right. If someone asks, how was your weekend? You say, it was good. But you cannot stop there. You must move immediately to the second A. The second A stands for add. Add means you must add one detail, just one small piece of information. Think of this as a bridge. You are building a bridge for the conversation to continue. If you just say it was good, there is no bridge.
Exactly. So instead of just saying it was good, you could say it was good. I actually went to the cinema.
That is so much better. Now I have information. I can ask you about the movie. I can ask you about the cinema. You gave me something to work with.
But wait, we are not done. We have answer and we have add. But the most important part is the third A. The third A stands for ask.
You must ask a question back. This is how you hit the ping pong ball back to the other person. If you don't ask a question, you are forcing the other person to start a new topic.
So let's put it all together. Answer, add, ask. Tom, I will ask you the same question again. This time use the formula.
Okay, I am ready.
Hi, Tom. How was your weekend?
It was great, thanks. I actually went to the park with my dog because the weather was beautiful. How was your weekend, Sarah?
Oh, it was lovely. I stayed home and read a book.
Boom! Do you hear the difference? That conversation is alive. It is moving. Tom answered, he added a detail about the park and his dog, and then he asked me a question back. And notice, Sarah, I didn't need to use big, complicated words. I used simple English. I went to the park. The weather was beautiful. How was your weekend, Sarah? The magic isn't in the vocabulary. The magic is in the structure.
That is such an important point. You don't need to be C1 level to be a great conversationalist. You just need to be generous. When you use the AAA method, you are being generous. You are giving the other person information, and you are showing interest in them.
Let's go deeper into the second step, the add step. This is where many students get stuck. They say, Tom, I don't know what to add. My life is boring.
I hear that all the time, but you don't need an exciting story. You just need a tiny detail. Let's practice this. Sarah, imagine I ask you, do you like coffee?
Okay.
If you just say yes, the conversation dies. So Sarah, use the formula. Answer and add. Okay, yes, I love it. I usually drink 2 cups every morning. Perfect. The detail was, I usually drink 2 cups every morning. Now I can ask you, do you make it at home or do you go to Starbucks? You opened the door. Let's try another one. Imagine someone asks, where are you from? This is a classic question. Don't just say, I am from Spain. Right, that is a dead end. Try to answer and add. You could say, I am from Spain. I grew up in a small city near the ocean. Beautiful. Now we can talk about the ocean. We can talk about small cities. Or you could say, I am from Spain, but I have lived in London for 3 years. Now we can talk about London. Do you see how this works? The add part is not just extra words. It is a hook. You are throwing out a hook for the other person to catch. Now let's talk about the third step, the ask. This is the easiest step, but people forget it because they are nervous. When you are nervous, you are thinking about yourself. Is my grammar correct? Is my pronunciation okay? You forget that there is another person in front of you. Exactly. The best way to stop being nervous is to focus on the other person. The ask step forces you to do that. And the good news is, you don't need to be creative. No, you don't. You can use what we call bounce back questions. These are questions that bounce the original question back to the other person. The most famous bounce back questions are, how about you? And what about you? These are your best friends. Memorize them. How about you? What about you? Let's see how they work. Sarah, ask me a question about work. Okay, Tom, do you have a busy week coming up? Yes, it is going to be very busy. I have a big project due on Friday. How about you? See, Tom didn't need to think of a new topic. He just answered, added a detail about the project, and then bounced it back with how about you? And now Sarah has to speak. I can relax for a moment while she answers. That is another benefit of asking questions. It gives you a break. That is very true. If you keep talking and talking, you will get tired. If you play ping pong, you hit the ball and wait. Conversation is the same. Hit the ball back and relax. Okay, listeners, are you ready to try this? We are going to do a simulation. We call this the pocket simulation. I am going to act like your friend. I will ask you a question. I want you to reply out loud, wherever you are. I want you to use the AAA formula. Answer, add a detail, and ask me back. We will leave a moment of silence for you to speak. Don't be shy. If you are on the bus, you can whisper. If you are alone, say it loud and proud. Here is the situation. We are colleagues. We are standing by the coffee machine at work. It is Monday morning. Are you ready? Here is the question. Hey, good morning. Did you have a nice weekend? Did you do it? Did you say something like, yes, it was great. I visited my family. How was yours? If you did, congratulations. You just kept the conversation alive. You played ping pong. Let's try one more. This one is a little different. Imagine we are at a party. We just met. I am holding a plate of food. Okay, I am ready. Here's the question. So how do you know the host, John? Step 3. Ask. Hit the ball back. Use a specific question if you can, or use the magic bounce back questions. How about you? Or what about you? There is one small trap I want to warn you about, though. Be careful with the add part. You don't want to add a 5-minute speech. Oh, that is a very good warning. Conversation is ping pong, not tennis where you serve 10 balls at once. Keep your add short. 1 or 2 sentences is perfect. If you speak for 5 minutes, the other person will fall asleep. Keep it short and give them a chance to speak. Now, we have a challenge for you. We want you to use this method today, not tomorrow, today. Find someone to speak English with. It can be a tutor, a language exchange partner, or even a friend who is also learning. When they ask you a question, consciously use the AAA formula. And if you don't have anyone to speak with right now, we want you to play ping pong with us in the comment section below. Yes, I have a question for you. I want you to answer, add, and ask in the comments. Here is the question. What is your favorite time of day to study English? Don't just write morning. That is a conversation killer. Write something like, I like studying in the morning. My house is quiet then. What is your favorite time, Tom? I will be reading the comments and I promise to answer you. Let's get a real conversation flowing down there. This technique changes everything. It takes the pressure off you. You stop worrying about being perfect and you start focusing on connecting. And that is what language is all about, connection. It is not about perfect grammar exams. It is about understanding another human being and having them understand you. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Pocket English Podcast. We are so proud of you for showing up and doing the work. Every minute you listen, your ears get sharper and your brain gets faster. Keep practicing, keep playing ping pong, and don't be afraid to drop the ball sometimes. You can always pick it up and serve again. Exactly. Have a wonderful day, keep the conversation moving, and we will talk to you in the next episode. Bye for now. See you later.